Okay. Clear my throat. And we don't seem to have a camera. There we go. Oh, there we are. Well, hello everybody. It's Saturday night. It's a new month. It's the 1st of November. And welcome to the live stream. Not really sure what I'm going to do tonight. Hello Trevor. Nice to have you in the chat. If you're new to this, if I'm looking to your right, which is my left, I'm looking at my OBS Streamlabs. If I'm looking to your left, which is my right, I'm checking my phone because sometimes I get messages whilst I'm live streaming on my phone that I answer. So, yeah, this is an interactive live. Anything goes. Often I will talk about my project, how it's getting on, where it's standing. I need a haircut. I seriously need a haircut. I washed it as well. It just needs... It's getting curly. That's how I know it needs a haircut. Well, I need a haircut anyway. Sometimes I show stuff off that I've been working on. There's always music in the background to sort of keep everything flowing. As I say, you know, this is a totally interactive chat. So I'll change that to live chat. Timestamps. Okay. So, how's everyone's week been? I hope it's been good. I'm just checking something. No, that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes I'll pause because I really can't think of what to say, which is why I like interacting with you all, because at least you keep me on my toes, you keep me thinking and going ahead. Yeah. This could be another short live stream like last night. Last night's... I tried, but I was only on for about half an hour and my heart wasn't really in it in the end. I didn't have the energy. I'd been out for a meal with friends, which was lovely. We went to an Italian restaurant and it was really nice. I had the calzone. Yeah, you dive in and out as much as you want. You know, you're always welcome here. You know that. Yeah, so went to an Italian restaurant last night. Had the calzone, had brioche with mushrooms on the top of the starters, and all in all, it was a pretty good. It was a very good night. It wasn't a pretty good night. It was a very good night. Yeah, I like calzone. I do like but you know, yeah, they are good. They are really good, and the one I had last night was really well made. If anyone doesn't know what a calzone is, it's kind of like a folded in half pizza, and this one was particularly well. Oh, baked, definitely baked. Oven cooked in a stone oven. It was a proper Italian restaurant. It wasn't one of your things like Pizza Hut or Pizza Express or anything like that. This was a proper Italian restaurant in a town about 30 minutes from where I live. So my best friend and his wife picked me up in their car, and then we met my other friend and his wife. I was the only bachelor there. I was the only singleton there, but it was nice to catch up with them and see them and all that. So it was pleasant. It was very pleasant. And of course, I've now finished my course of antibiotics, so that's now out the way. And my leg isn't giving me so much pain as of late. It still throbs a little bit, but it's not agony. I haven't had to take any painkillers today, which is very much what I've been wanting. Ooh, would there be calzones in Ondar? Ooh. I would say yes, because Ondar is a very multicultural cuisine. If anything, it comes from one of the other 7 continents, but Ondar is a very, very multicultural province. So, yeah, calzone, whatever. The thing is, with my world, it's an anything goes sort of world. If you can imagine it being... That's why I went with fantasy, because if you can imagine it existing in my world, it exists. And that's the beauty of sci-fi, which I've tried, is very rigid, very raw, intensified. But fantasy, you can really go all the way with fantasy. I think it's such a... I mean, obviously there are rules and boundaries you don't cross, but you can be that's a good idea. Yes, caravan cookbook. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, I'll have to think up some ideas for that. That sounds good. Because there would be there are chefs in the caravan, so that wouldn't go, especially if they had a gourmet chef or a celebrity chef working with the caravan, perhaps in hiding for some misdemeanor in the kitchen, or they upset another lord or something. That would work. I mean, yes. That's given me an idea. I'll look into it. Yeah. Because there's a few things I want to get back into baking and things like that. So exactly, and of course the desert realm probably has some of the most exotic dishes, and the forest realm is probably your more sort of humble, honest, home cooked food. Possibly a bit more aimed at vegetarians and vegans, perhaps, with the monarchy being a middle of the road sort of culinary. I'll have to jot some notes down. I think it's something I could think about, definitely. Yeah. And I wouldn't just try and copy and paste recipes. I'd try and come up with some original ones, I think. I'd have to sort of perhaps try and make them myself first. and see what comes out of it, you know. But it could be another string to my creative bow, shall we say. I like it. But of course, you know, with that, there's other ideas as well. I mean, you know, if you're familiar with I've been promoting it particularly on TikTok and on Tumblr, and I'm looking for someone to take over the role of Shy. I want someone to, well, not want someone, but I am looking for someone to take on the role of Shy. All the details are up on my social media, so there's an actual video on YouTube. I'll pop the link in the chat if anyone wants to see it. Yeah, please do message me, especially with ideas. I mean, anyone who has ideas, yeah, it does, it makes sense, really, in a way. I mean, it's cultural, you know. That's what I'm trying to get across, the culture. Syrup ASMR, hello, and welcome. Oh wait, it's you, Amanda, isn't it? It's you. I've just you've changed your name again. Yeah, I realise that. So yeah, you know, as I was saying, trying to find this new version of Shy, sort of a character refresh. I think what I'd like to do is try and find someone who can improvise rather than try and work from a script. I think that it would be better if they had freedom to develop and evolve the character themselves. But obviously it needs to be someone with confidence. But as I say, I've linked the video. I might link the video a couple of times in the chat so that people don't have to keep scrolling up to find it. So every so often you might see a link in the chat, because I'd really like to bring her back into the story. I mean, you know, we had Jodie Marie ASMR as Arendella, who stepped in for Shy. You know, she became Arendella, and to a degree, obviously Arendella hasn't returned. Jodie obviously still makes content, but if anyone's interested, drop me a line. All my information is in my profile on YouTube. You know, you don't have to, and everything is negotiable. You know, you can contact me and talk to me about it and ask questions. I will happily discuss it with you. Everything is open for discussion. Nothing is off the table. You know, if you want to I mean, just off the top of my head, if you wanted to film on the moon, I know that's impossible, and that's a silly idea to give as an example, but you know, nothing is off the table. As long as you find the character for yourself and enjoy the process, that's what matters most. You know, and we're not looking to sensationalize or anything like that. You know, there's a really good Discord community. I have built a really fantastic Discord community of people from the project. I mean, I know we haven't put anything out yet, but we're still you know, we'll still be creating. It's just that obviously people take time, and obviously everyone has lives, you know, and you can't fault them for that. It's finding the time for everyone to be together to actually work on ideas. And as primary scriptwriter, I'm at fault mostly for, you know, falling behind on my scripts. And I really need to catch up. I really do need to catch up. I also need to do some more Maximus content, because I feel like I've neglected the story, and I've neglected the participants, which is my crux to bear. It's my issue, and I don't like letting people down. I do not like letting people down, and I don't want to let people down. That's the honest truth. But that's how I feel. I feel like I'm letting people down by not producing what I say I'm going to produce. You know, I get to a point where I can't focus, and hopefully that will come to a head, and I'll be able to create again. I'm going through a lot at the moment. As I say, this leg is finally beginning to show progress. I haven't taken any painkillers today. Yeah, which is a good sign. But I just don't like letting people down, honestly and seriously. Bear with me, I am going to get a quick drink. Yeah, I am. That is true. I'm just going to get a quick drink. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Stuart, hello. And I spilled my beer. Oh, after all that. I spilled my beer. Where's my towel? Be right back. Worst things happen at sea. Oh well. Cheers. And it's non-alcoholic. Could have been a lot worse. The bottle could have broken. Hi Lacey. Yeah, I dropped my beer, my non-alcoholic beer, so it's luckily no one saw it, and well, heard it, but no one saw it. I didn't even trip, but anyway, yeah, I do drink non-alcoholic beer. I haven't been able to actually have alcohol for over 6 weeks now because of my leg. So because I've been on 4 courses of antibiotics, but I finished the antibiotics today and got back onto, well, I'm not back on alcohol, but you know, looking forward to having my first proper pint with my friends. Probably won't be this week, but at some point, now my leg's being sorted. But I haven't had to take any painkillers today, which is good. Yeah, it's a wheat beer. It's a Belgian wheat beer, so it has a sweetness to it. And I happen to like Belgian wheat beers. It was one of those that were brewed by Trappist monks. Yes, I have had root beer, and I happen to like root beer. Used to be able to get it here in the UK in bottles about this size, but you can't get it. I'm going to take these off because the backing music is oh well, it's given me something to talk about, hasn't it? Yeah. I think we. Oh, hang on. There we go. I think we get it in Home Bargains. It's either Home Bargains or B&M, but I think you can get it in either. Because the other one I drink is Bud Lime, which is non-alcoholic Budweiser with lime, and that's really good. That's really good. As I say, worse things happen at sea. At least the bottle. I'm going to show the bottle again, just so people can get an idea of. Let's see if my camera can focus on it. But yeah, I'm just lucky the bottle didn't break. Not sure if I know the Barg kind. Oh, Barg kind. I'm not aware of that one. There's a lot we don't get over here in Britain compared to America. But for me, root beer. Now, what does root beer remind me of? There is a flavour that root beer reminds me of. I can't remember what it is. It's a flavour I like. Yeah, I like Heineken Zero as well. I do drink Heineken Zero. I mean, non-alcoholic beers has come a long way since Caliber. I'll have to see if there's any bark available in this country. I'll have to keep an eye out. Definitely keep an eye out. So yeah, that's all getting sorted now beneath me. It's all looking good. Ooh. Sorry, I was just responding to a message on Instagram. But yeah, so I'll keep an eye out for Barks, BARQ. Okay, we'll have a look out for that. But yeah, as I was saying beforehand, I was talking about this character I'm looking to replace, which is Shy. You know, I'm looking to revive her character. It's just that her original performer is no longer on social media at all. They basically vanished without a trace, because Well, you make sure you drink plenty of water and get plenty of rest. So yeah, you make sure you get plenty of rest and drink plenty of water. Keep yourself hydrated. You know, because a low-grade fever can turn into a high-grade fever if you're not careful. Good. If you fall asleep, don't worry. You know. Yeah, because obviously, good. I'm glad to hear it. You know, because it's a character that never really got her appearance on, as I say, Jodie Marie ASMR replaced Shy. She replaced the character as Arundella, and cool. So it is an American root beer then. Well, just make sure you rest, Amanda, because that's the important thing. Rest is important. I've been going back to bed at times during the week because I've not been feeling too good, and you know, today is the first day I've felt my best. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for it, because I was just going to Google it. Just going to... Oh, they do cream soda as well. Okay, so it comes in plastic bottles like cola and cans. Okay, I'm with you. I see what it's like. I see what it looks like. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that, because I am partial to a glass of root beer every now and then. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that. So yeah. I'm glad to hear he's resting as well. That's the important thing. That is the important thing, that you're both resting. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm going to turn my phone on to... another brand I'm not familiar with. We only get certain brands that are popular in this country. You know, we don't get every single brand from around the world unless it's a specific type of shop. Well, I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, it's slow progress. I'm promoting everything on TikTok, and Tumblr mostly, but I've not really had the traction that I hoped for. If I can find someone to revive the character, that it would honestly mean a lot to me. But I'm not forcing it. You know, I'm not approaching people saying, I want you to be this character or this character. I've left the door open. You know, I've left the door open. Well, that's good to hear, Amanda. I'm glad to know that he takes care of you. That's important. Sorry, I'm getting inundated with. I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone for now. That way I'm not distracted. Okay. I used to drink a lot of iced coffee before I stopped drinking dairy. I don't drink iced coffee that much now. No, I used to be partial to iced coffee, things like that. So yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'll have his back. Yeah, I'll gang up with him. There we go. Just adjusted the backing music. So yeah, you know, there's me and everything that's going on. I'm trying to keep it all together. I lost a few subscribers this week, which always does get me down a little bit, but you know, I'll bounce back. The thing is, I don't create for fame, fortune, or anything like that. I create for the love of creating. I create for the love of creating art and being original and not, you know, standing out from the crowd. Because I'm not a mainstream conformist when it comes to content creation. I'm a dreamer. I'm a builder of worlds. Especially if you have yeah, hot coffee, especially on the long journey, and especially when you burn your tongue. I hate it when I burn my tongue on a hot drink or the roof of my mouth. The sensation stays with you for days on end, and no matter how much you try to rid yourself of it, Geordie, hello, thank you for joining. Yes, I've had a bit of I've finally finished my fourth course of antibiotics. I've got a leg wound that I've had to have bandaged. I'm having to go to the doctors, well, up until recently, twice a week to have it redressed. But they did what was called a Doppler on my leg, and turns out I've got good blood flow, so what I will need is a compression bandage on my leg to help with the healing process. But apart from that, you know, I've been doing okay. Today's been the first day I've not had to take any painkillers, so that's something that's you know, worth Thank you. Yes, I mean it's very slow because the wound on my leg is actually ulcerated, so it's been very, very painful. I haven't really been able to do much of what I enjoy doing. It's slowed me down quite a bit, but I managed to get to my club on Thursday, and I went out for dinner with friends last night to an Italian, so that was worth it. I did try to live stream last night, but I had no energy. I felt so under the weather last night. I only managed half an hour. It's an unlisted video, so it is still available. Yeah, I mean, I have been warned about that. At the moment, they said that the risk for that is very low, which is good. But they said if it gets injured again, it may potentially be at risk of that, and I don't really want that as yeah, I mean, I've been through a lot these past 5 years in my health, and it's not been easy, but I've got a good support network around me, and yeah, hopefully it won't develop any further. They've said it's healing slowly but well, so sometimes it stings a little, sometimes it throbs a little, and sometimes it itches, but they've said there's new skin growth on the shin, so hopefully it's finally. I won't describe it. Because it's not something I think anyone should picture in their mind. But it's basically it's very red. It's very red. But I think today the fact that I haven't taken any painkillers today is the first sign that it is on the mend. At one point I was taking painkillers every day just to manage it, so I might take some before I go to bed just to help me sleep, but yeah, so but it has meant I've sort of missed out on a few things which I'm looking forward to getting back to doing. I haven't been able to do any of my National Trust volunteering because I've been sleeping a lot more recently, going back to bed, because of the pain, and I've got one of these frames that keeps the duvet off my legs. So yeah, because I volunteer for the National Trust, and whilst volunteers do have seats they can sit on in the room, they're also there for the public, really, and I find that when I'm on duty as a volunteer, it's better for me to stand than sit. but yeah, I want to get back to volunteering with the National Trust because I love it. I absolutely love volunteering there at where I am at Knoll, and I need to get in touch with them. Well, I have already, but I need to find out a few things from them actually. But I've been a volunteer there now for over 3 years. I think 2-3 years. I started in, I'd say it's probably over 2 years because I started. Yeah, that's exactly what they said at Knoll. You know, they said don't worry as long as they know I'm still sort of looking to continue volunteering. That's what matter. You know, it's taking care of myself first. They did say I could go to the volunteer Christmas party, so I might try and make sure I can get to that, because it'll be nice to see everyone and catch up with everyone, because I've been out of action for so long. There's been a lot happening, and yeah, I just kind of shut down really. Yeah, it will be nice. It will be nice to see everyone again because I haven't seen them since end of July, early August, maybe mid-August, because I had 2 weddings literally within a month of each other. I had one of my friends' weddings was in August, and I was just a guest there. I was just a guest, day and for the ceremony and for the wedding breakfast and reception. So my best friend and at the time his fiance went to this wedding as guests, and then a month later my best friend got married, and that's who I was out with last night. Actually, my 2 friends, who I'm the only bachelor in my friend circle now, which isn't a bad thing. That's no bad thing, you know. Time will tell. You know, I'm looking after myself. I know, and it's not selfish to look after yourself. Sometimes you've got to make sure you're in the right place before you decide what you want to do with your life. And at the moment, I'm sort of in a position where I don't really know what I want. I mean, earlier this week I started cognitive behavioural therapy to help with some life issues, shall we say, that are holding me back. So I'm starting on CBT to help me learn how to channel my thoughts and feelings and my emotions better, because I have good days and bad days. I mean, I know everyone does, but it's something that's held me back for a long time, and I don't want anything to hold me back anymore. So I've said yes to this therapy because I feel it'll be beneficial for me, and it's the right path to take, because it will keep me from well, not keep me, but it'll help guide me to focus on the things I enjoy, the things that I really like doing. Yeah, thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that. And I was the one that reached out and asked for it. To be honest with you, I actually said, I'm struggling. I need some guidance. Can you put me in touch with a therapist or something like that? And I'm now on. It's early days. I mean, I've only had one session, and that was just the introduction. And I won't say I'm confident. Because confidence comes from what I learn through these sessions. I think what I will say is I'm wary it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be very emotional, and at times it will be draining. But I would rather go through that than continue being trapped in the cycle that I've found myself trapped in for so long, that I think it's important I do this. It is important I do this, because I honestly think some things need to change. I mean, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change, me. But I'm going to change the way cognitive behavioural therapy, from what I understand, is changing the way you think, changing the way you process thoughts, and that's what I need. That is what I need most of all. A change of... Exactly, it is the first step. It is the first step, asking for help. And there is no... And I will advocate this to the bitter end. There is no shame in asking for help. Whoever you are, if you need support or help, next time you see your GP, just say, I need some support. Can you help me? And I've had a very supportive GP. I do feel grateful and fortunate for that. I know not everyone has the same good fortune, but I do have a GP who actually listens. I mean, for so many years I felt so brushed under the carpet and forgotten, ignored, unheard, unseen, that I spiraled. And it's not good. It is not good. It's not safe. If don't be afraid to say I don't feel safe either, because whilst it's scary, yes, it is scary. You don't know what's happening, but at the same time, no, there's no way I'm stopping this wheel. This wheel is rolling. This wheel is, because everything from now on will come. And this isn't me talking about the cognitive behavioural therapy, but everything from now on is going to be bolder. I want to become a more emboldened person, and not in the sense of taking risks. I'm not going to take risks, but I'm going to build my confidence. I'm going to learn the techniques that they give me to learn, and I am going to eventually put myself out there. That's how I want it to be. I want it to be that I can approach people to to ask them. You know, this is just, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Whatever happens now, it's just going to get bigger and better and more positive than... Yeah, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's in the distance as a tiny little dot. But finally, you know, I can see myself. Thank you, Geordie, and thank you for being here. I really do appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much. And I will catch up with you soon, hopefully. Thank you for joining. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So, yeah, you know, it's a struggle, you know, every day. Every day I try to do something. I try to do something to sort of I'm not on X either, so that's okay. An ASMR tabletop RPG collab. That is not a horrible idea at all. I'm all for that. I would be up for that. You know, that sounds amazing. I would definitely play that. It reminds me, I've never shown. I don't think I have shown these, but I will. Because I've been doing some gaming artwork. Let me minimise, because the chat box hasn't been up. That's why. Alert box. Okay, so I'm going to make this good. Thank you. I look forward to it. So I'm just going to, because this reminds me of something I've been working on. I'm just going to make myself a bit smaller. So here we go. I have been making, based on my artwork, I haven't actually made these, but these are based on my characters, and I kind of turn them into sort of tabletop miniatures. So first up we have Cleo, and then Trajan. These are fake. These are all fake digital images. That's a Maximite, Arabella, Boris, Lord Volkov, Maximus himself, Octavia, yep, and Vala. Now I am going to do some more proof of concept images, because I would love to get these made. I'd probably get them painted by other people, because I'm not very but I've also been working on some card designs, so I'll take you through the creature cards, because I've been, so we've got the Adamantine and Annihilation Beasts. These are just some digital artwork that I've been working on. Blood Wolves. Oh, that's a bonehound, which is a separate species to blood wolves. Let's minimise that. Bring that down so I can see what I'm looking at. So yeah, we've got blood wolves who are quite vicious. Annihilation beasts are actually quite big, as are adamantine. It's called an adamantine beast because its scales are like adamantine. You know, it is. And then of course, corrupted warriors, colossus, creepers. Now creepers are probably one of my favourite of my creations because they feature. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I'm up for that. So there's the creepers, devil wasps. Some of these play a part in the novels. Phaedric beasts. Well, you get the idea. I can make these available to anyone that wants to see them, because there's quite a few artifacts as well. But you know, give me a shout, and I'm quite happy to make these available to anyone who wants to see them. I can put them on my Google Drive and make them accessible. But of course, I forgot the chat screen is up. Yeah, I've finally got the chat screen active as well. So I didn't have it active earlier, but I've got it active now, because obviously everything I create is accessible. So if people want backdrops or anything like that, or character concepts, yeah. Just checking something. Yeah, I'd definitely be up to helping with a one-shot Lord of War and Heartache story, TTRPG. That would be amazing. Yeah, that I'd be very happy to give you some lore to put into a game. Yeah, no worries. We'll catch up properly, and I will drop those bits of art over to you to have a proper look. Yeah, I can do that. No worries. Enjoy your dinner, and I'll catch up with you later. So yeah, you know, and welcome to any newcomers. If you're new in the chat, please do interact. It's always a pleasure to have new faces and new usernames join. Please do interact. Yeah, I'll put the link up for that video again in the chat. So if anyone's interested in portraying Shy, here's the link again, so you don't have to keep scrolling. Yeah, let's do this. We'll see. Oh, the scripts haven't been uploaded yet, Amanda. I need to upload them. Things have been so up in the air that I haven't had chance to upload anything yet. They will be on there. Won't be tonight. Probably be Monday at the latest. As I say, things are up in the air at the moment, and I'm trying to sort things out. So you will definitely get them. You will definitely get them. Because I've got other things to do for other characters as well. You haven't missed them. You haven't missed them at all. They will be present. Don't just give them a read through when you get a chance, and I will let you know when they're up. I will let you know when they're up. But yeah, so you know, what with having to recast a character and write scripts and trying to find someone to take on this other character, it's difficult, because obviously you need to find someone who let me just if you want to share that in the chat, you can share that in the chat. That's no problem. Quite happy for you to share that username in the chat. Else is this one, because Shy was live action. I'd like to try and keep her live action, because I feel that that's how it worked well for that particular character. Some characters work better as live action, and others are adaptable, but because Shy was live action to begin with, I feel she ought to be respected as a character and kept as a live action. It's hang on, I'm going to type it rather than say it out loud. Yeah, so but I have posted a link to the video that I've created in the chat. I'm going to post it one more time. Explaining the situation, and yeah, and to be honest with you, no, don't be sorry at all. Don't be sorry at all. I think the family Lynette is the one, is your thing anyway. I think I think focus on what you know best. That's my honest opinion. Focus on the characters you know best, because they're your characters. You know them better than anyone else. I would never put anyone onto a character they... Yeah, I know, and I respect that. I absolutely respect that. You keep the voice acting, because that's where you excel in this storyline. And as I say, I'll get the scripts. I might even do a couple of scripts where they're two ways, maybe between two of the sisters. But you know, it's everyone is different. Everyone has different tastes and ideas and concepts and beliefs, anything like that. And I respect that. I absolutely respect that. I will never put anyone into a... Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad, because that's what I want. I want it to, work for you as much as it works for anyone else. So we will get that sorted. I'm just looking at the time. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm just looking at the time. I've been going for an hour and 25, and I think I'm going to be honest. I'm going to call it a night. But plenty discussed. And if anyone's watching this back and they feel they can take on the role of Shy, which the link's in the chat, drop me a message. All the details are in the video. Leave a comment below, and you can email me as well if I put my email in the chat. That's okay. If you dozed off, I would have been okay with that, because you're not well. It's not fair on you. So I'm just putting... Yeah, definitely. And so if anyone wants to contact me about Shy, there's my email address. You can contact me there, and I will let you head off, especially... You're welcome, Amanda. But yeah, so I'm going to sign off anyway and call it a night. And I did see that. I did see the typo. That's perfectly alright. Anyway, I'm going to sign off and call it a night, and I will see you online most likely next Friday, because I'm going to try and live stream more on Fridays, because I seem to get a better response on Fridays. Yeah, you go and get something to eat, build up your strength. So I am going to sign off, and I will see you in the coming week. Have a good one.